Hello, I'm Shanti Dechen, the founder and director of Aromatherapy Healing Arts Academy. I would like to share with you about salt scrubs. Now, it seems like they became popularized in spas for some kind of beauty treatment, which is really great. But I also want to let you know that they're fabulous to reduce pain, inflammation, increase circulation and lymphatic flow in the body. They do help to slough off old skin cells, but really for me, anything that you can do to start to reduce pain and inflammation in your own body, it's an amazing daily maintenance or something that you could use once in a while. Now I'm going to formulate one for you so that you can see the process. So, funny thing, when I started ordering Dead Sea salts, which online, which is one of the ingredients, which is it's from the Dead Sea. But I ordered some, and it was these huge globules of salt, and I thought, how am I going to use this? For me, it was like trying to rub rocks on your skin. So, one of the things to remember is that you always want fine grain Dead Sea salt, okay, to start with. Now, what I like to do personally is a combination of salts. So, I use a half cup of salt for one body application. We're going to do 2 salts, so I have a 1/4 cup here. And I am going to start with a 1/4 cup of Dead Sea salts, fine grain. And the next one I want to use is this beautiful pink Himalayan salt. And the reason why is that different salts give you different types of qualities. For myself, I find that this Himalayan salt is actually very soothing on an emotional level as well. So, here's the difference. This is a really fine grain, and then we have the chunky variety, which is a really coarse grain. So, generally on women's skins, and you always want to use fine grain. And now I just use fine grain for everyone. Okay, so you can just stir it around and combine the Dead Sea salt and then the Himalayan salt. You can also use just regular sea salt. But I wouldn't necessarily go for iodized salt, just so you know that, table salt as most people call it. You want to keep your salt in glass containers because it absorbs whatever material that it's close to. So if you put it in plastic, it could absorb some toxicity from any plastic. So put it in nice glass containers and seal it. And then, so we've got a 1/2 cup of salt in here. Again, that's for one application. I'm going to add safflower oil. You want to use organic, cold-pressed, unrefined oils for this. Safflower, sunflower, sesame oil is really good too because it's a little bit warming. And then you just add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of this carrier oil. So this is a 2 tablespoon, not just 1. Okay, measuring spoon here. And I just drizzle it over. And then I'm just going to mix it up here. So we're also going to add essential oils to this, but I always try to get the salts and the oil mixed first. So there won't be any scent generally at this stage of it. If you're going to store this and not use it right away, maybe you want to add just a little bit more oil to it because the salt will absorb the oil. So let me just test it out here. That feels pretty good. You want it because you're going to do long, smooth strokes on your body. Again, it's going to increase the circulation and the lymph flow. So 2 tablespoons seems really good. Today I'm going to add eucalyptus, and it is the chemotype Eucalyptus globulus. And I'm just going to put 3 drops of each one of these oils. I have 3 different oils. So that was eucalyptus. And the second essential oil we're going to use is manuka, Leptospira scoparium. And it's very similar to tea tree, but it has a wider spectrum of being an antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. So this blend will be really a good immune stimulating blend. Again, I'm just putting in 3 drops, and you can just move it around the different areas of the salt. And then the third essential oil that we're going to use is rosemary, Rosmarinus officinalis. Now, both the eucalyptus and the rosemary are stimulating oils to the autonomic nervous system. So what that means to me is I'm not going to use this past 6 p.m. at night because it will be too stimulating and I will not sleep well. But it's going to be a fantastic morning pick-me-up to really get everything moving. Again, that was a half-cup combination of the salts, 3 different essential oils, 3 drops each, and 2 tablespoons of carrier oil. But one of my favorite things to do is use these dead sea salt scrubs in a shower. Now, you would transfer this probably into a plastic container, like one of those Tupperware containers is really good. And then just take it in the shower with you. You do not turn on the water before you start this. And you would take a little bit, and I usually start on the arm and then bring it up to this area right underneath the clavicle, which is the bone in the upper chest, right here. So if you think about all your movements going in that direction, you can do your arms. You do not do your face with this, so that's one precaution. And I usually don't do my neck. And you want to be careful of any newly shaven areas. So if you have to shave your armpits and legs, wait until after you do the scrub, and make sure you don't have it on any wounds, because salt and wounds don't go too well together. Okay, so that's the precautions. So again, one more time, don't put it on newly shaven areas, and also don't put it on any wounds. Okay, but otherwise, so you do these really long, smooth movements to what's called the thoracic duct on the left-hand side. And it goes around your abdomen the same direction as digestion. Then you take it from the upper hip down through the quadricep, around the knee, and up the back. Okay, that's the movement. And then as you do the lower legs, and then the last part you do is that you want to do the back as much as you can. And it's a movement that just pushes that up. It's really nice if you have somebody else in the shower who can help you out with this. Then, once you do that, you can start to sense that everything's getting a little red. Again, it's not a scrubbing motion. It's long, smooth motions. And you are connecting with the circulatory and the lymphatic system to be able to move out any toxicities. And it really, for women, it does help with cellulite to move that. But it takes more than just salt scrubs. So also, if you want to make these up and then save them for a later time to be able to use, I found these really nice small canning jars. Again, they're glass. So you can use plastic just for the time you take it into the shower. Otherwise, I would highly suggest that you use glass. So you want to make, you can put it all in there. These make lovely gifts. So for someone's birthday or even an anniversary, Christmas, Hanukkah, the holidays, I have a label on the top that tells what it is. So if people need more information, and I also have the ingredients on the bottom. So they have these really nice round stickers that you can use for containers like this. And again, this should last a while because salt is actually a preservative. It's similar in aromatherapy carriers like beeswax. It's dense, and as long as it's stored well, it's going to last a long time. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this process of creating Dead Sea salt scrubs. Again, you could use this in the shower or the bath. And I wish you good health and happiness, and enjoy this uplifting product in your shower in the morning.